What's going on, guys? Seancutshair back with another video. And guys, I know you've been waiting to see me cut with these wish clippers, so I'm going to give y'all a little inside information. Today I'm dropping this clipper, the Kemei FX, we're going to call it. Every Sunday, guys, I'm going to drop each of the wish videos. So I've already cut with the Magic Clip knockoff, and I have yet to cut with the Wall 1919 knockoff, but each Sunday I'll drop those videos. I know you guys are waiting to see those, and I'll go ahead and tell you I ordered trimmers as well. So we got a trimmer video coming soon. So I appreciate you guys watching. Let's get right to this cut. Alright guys, so we're going to do this haircut with my Kemei clippers I got from my Wish video. If you guys didn't check out that video, make sure you go check it out. I bought 3 clippers from Wish and we're going to do a haircut with each. But this is the Kemei. It's similar to a Babyliss FX. And guys, don't get my words twisted. This is a knockoff. This is a replica. It is definitely cheaper. Definitely not a Gold FX or a Babyliss product. So I just wanted to do this haircut to show you guys you can do a haircut with it. I'm going to tell you guys what I thought about it, and I'll kind of do a tutorial as we go. But we started off with a 6 with the grain. These are the Wall Premium guards. They do fit on there. It's very similar to the Wall guard or the Wall blade or the Babyliss blade. So these guards will fit. We did a 6 with the grain on top. Now we're doing a 6 against the grain on the sides. And we'll go in using our Slimline Pro and set our bald guideline. Everything else in the haircut is going to be used with the clipper in the video. The shaver and the trimmer, of course, I had to use something else, but the rest of the haircut is totally done with that clipper, and I didn't want to use anything else so that I could kind of say, you know, this whole haircut was done with it. So I'm going with the lever open, and guys, it does have notches on the lever, so it's very similar to the Gold FX. So we started with the lever open. Now we have it all the way closed, and we're starting the bottom of that guideline, and then we'll go to the 3rd notch, which is in the middle, and work the rest of that line out. Alright, so now we'll come in with our 1 guard all the way open. We're going to flick that up about a 1/2 inch. Due to having a 6 on the sides, we're going to make our guidelines a little bit smaller. We don't want to go too high, so we're doing about a 1/2 inch guideline. Now we'll come in with the clipper all the way closed, and we're going to go 2/3 of the way up into that section. That guideline's not going to go away, so we'll come in with our 1/2 guard after that and take the rest of that guideline out. Now we have the 1/2 guard on. We're just going to go in and take the rest of that line out between the open section and the 1 section. Alright, so moving on, we'll go in with the 2 guard closed. We're going to make another guideline right above that. Now keep in mind, this is a 6 on the sides, so it's not going to blend as easy as when it's like a 4 or a 3. So you guys can see the guideline. We're going to come in immediately after that with a 3 and then a 4 and connect that to the rest of the sides. So here's our 3. We'll go ahead and flick up into that, and then we'll clean the rest up with a 4 guard. Alright, so all we have left is the line between the open 1 and the closed 2. So our 1.5 guard will take that out perfectly. Now when I finish this side up, guys, I also got a new mount on my mirror, if you guys can tell. Let me know if you like this angle, if you think it works better. But as I'm finishing up, my phone rang and it stopped recording, so I didn't get the edge up on this side. But we will finish the other side and show that whole process. But this is more about using this clipper anyways. So forgot to lock my phone and turn off the notifications or turn it on do not disturb, so phone calls will interrupt. So we're gonna do the same steps on this side, starting with the 6 with the grain, now taking the 6 against the grain, and then we will start our taper. Alright, so same steps. We're going to come in with our Slimline at the bottom, set our bald guideline, bring our shaver in underneath that before we move up and start our steps of the taper. Alright, we'll come in with the lever all the way open, same as the other side. Then we'll close it up at the bottom of that section, and then have it halfway open in the middle of the section. Alright, now we'll come in with our open one and do the same thing. We'll take it up about a ½ inch, then we'll close it up and attack that bottom line and go about 2/3 up into the section, and then we'll use our half guard to take out the remaining line between the open section and the one section. And you guys can see these clippers are cutting pretty well. I'll go into a little more detail once we're done with this taper, but I'm getting it done. So this half guard will take the remaining line out here, and then we'll start with our big guards and start to connect the rest of this to the rest of the haircut. So now we're using a 2 closed. We're gonna flick up into that. You guys will see that's kind of blending in, but we're wanting to leave a guideline. Then we'll come in with our 3 and 4 above that. Alright, so just like before, the only line we should have left is between the open 1 and the closed 2, and the 1 1/2 will take that out. Then we'll edge this side up and move on to the back taper. And while we're doing that, I'm not going to go through the steps again. I want to tell you guys my thoughts on this clipper. For those of you who did not see the Wish video, make sure you go check it out. And for those of you who really enjoyed it, it is one of my best videos so far as how many views and how fast. So I have a Wish trimmer video coming soon. I ordered 3 or 4 trimmers off of Wish, and we'll do the same thing. And I'm also planning on doing 2 more haircuts with the other 2 clippers that I got. So these clippers, guys, if you didn't see the video, they are Kemei or Kemei, K-E-M-E-I. They're very similar to the Babyliss FX clipper. I actually had Dennis from Babyliss reach out to me and tell me that just some info about them, and that they actually in creating the Gold FX somehow tried out some of these or whatever. But just so you guys know, they were like 30 bucks on Wish, super cheap. Definitely don't have the power, definitely feel a little cheaper, but the point of this video is to show that you can still get a haircut done. So I think they cut fine. The battery was pretty low. They were fully charged, but the power was really low. They really, to me, felt like a fast feed with that very slow buzz, that low buzz sound. Guys, real quick, I want to add, I forgot to put this in the voiceover. A couple things I didn't like. The push button, definitely don't like that as much as the switch. I don't know how you guys cut, and you can't tell in my tutorials, but I very frequently turn it off, brush it off, turn it right back on, and get back to cutting. So the push button made that a little more difficult. And the other thing I didn't really like was it seemed to cut fine with the small guards, and a lot of the time I feel like I had trouble with the bigger guards. They didn't cut as smooth. So, but again, guys, you saw the video. They cut all right. Let's get back to it and finish it up. They cut hair fine though, they never pulled. You guys can see that the fade and the taper's coming out nice. My only thing I'll say is, and this is kind of an important point, I do the same steps every haircut, and that's how I keep consistent. That's how I know what my finished product will be. And these just being a little different than what I use on a daily basis, some of the lines, some of the steps didn't come out as clean as normal. So I had to work the lever at a different spot or use a different guard to get some things done. But as you guys can see, the haircut's gonna come out nice. Like I said, I only use these. I didn't get my shears out. I didn't get my thinnest shears out. I tried to use these as much as I could. And the haircut turned out decent. So I feel like it's more that they were different than what I use on a daily basis than that they're bad. But I will say the power is definitely lower. The grip on them is definitely not as good. I showed it in the video, but it's not near as grippy as the Gold FX is. But for the price, can I get a haircut done? Yeah. And that's something my teacher used to say. A good barber can cut hair with anything, any type of clipper from Walmart or these knockoffs or the best clippers. So the main thing about that is, the better the clipper, the better quality, just the easier your job is going to be and the more consistent it's going to be. So you guys can see I'm even going to use them here to edge up his bangs. He just wants to take this nice and kind of straight across, not too perfect, and he's gonna wear it pretty messy, but you guys will see this will cut right through that and give him a front edge up. And overall, I'm pretty pleased with them. I can't honestly say I would recommend them over the Gold FX, but when you talk about the price difference, it's definitely a major difference in price. But you guys got to be willing to wait a month to get them from China, have a different charging cord, and you know, all of those things. So, but overall, they cut fine. I think the cut turned out all right, and you guys can see the finished product here. Let me know what you think. Of course, like I said, I would have loved to do a little more detail, but I wanted to just do a raw cut just with these clippers so you guys knew what they cut like. If you guys like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see the other clippers I use, make sure you're subscribed and have that bell turned on so you guys know when it drops. But I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you next time.